Hey guys, I am DC, creator and host of Barside Jive. I want to welcome you to my daily dose of rock music history. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020, and you are witnessing my Satisfaction Guaranteed Tour Day 29. You too can order your Satisfaction Guaranteed tour gear while they last at bradjensenart.com. I'm coming at you live from the Vocal Studios in North Dallas. What do you say we talk a little rock and roll? Maybe a lot of rock and roll. On this day, 1956, Elvis Presley makes his first appearance on the Billboard charts when Heartbreak Hotel debuts at 68. Although many staff members at RCA Victor believe that the release was a mistake, the song would rise to number one on the U.S. pop chart for 8 weeks and spend 17 weeks at the top of the country chart. Heartbreak Hotel would later be ranked number 45 on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Damn. The head of the Catholic Archdiocese of Chicago, Samuel Cardinal Stritch, bans rock and roll from Catholic schools in his district on this day in 1957, saying, "When our schools and centers stoop to such things as rock and roll tribal rhythms, they are failing seriously in their duty." A week after his remarks, a survey of record retailers, distributors, and disc jockeys revealed that the Cardinals' words had no effect on rock record sales in the area. On this day, 1966 was the year Stephen Stills, Neil Young, Rich Furay, Bruce Palmer, and Dewey Martin created the group Buffalo Springfield. Their stay on the rock music scene would last only a couple of years before the group would fragment. Stills teamed up with David Crosby of the Byrds and Graham Nash of the Hollies to form Crosby, Stills, and Nash, while Young released several solo projects before joining them. Furay got together with Jim Messina and Randy Meisner to create Poco in 1968. Palmer dropped out of the limelight while Martin toured as Buffalo Springfield with fill-in musicians. Also on this day in 1966, fans at Ottawa, Ontario's Coliseum riot after waiting an hour for the Animals to perform. The band, however, refuses to play unless they are paid in advance. Well, the concert was eventually canceled. Oh, man. And one more time on this day in 1966, the Jeff Beck Group, featuring a virtually unknown singer named Rod Stewart, along with bass player Ron Wood and drummer Ainsley Dunbar, make their debut in London, England. South African radio lifts its 5-year ban on the Beatles' music on this day in 1971. On this day, 1982, a reformed version of the Mamas and the Papas with original members John Phillips and Denny Doherty, joined by Phillips' daughter Mackenzie and Spanky McFarlane of Spanky and Our Gang, play their first show of their brief reunion tour. On this day in 1983, a member of a motorcycle gang tells a U.S. Senate judiciary hearing that his friends have a contract out on the Rolling Stones' Mick Jagger, and that 2 assassination attempts have already failed. Former Bay City Rollers drummer Derek Longmuir was released on bail on this day in 2000 after being charged with downloading child pornography from the internet and keeping indecent videos in his home. On this day in 2006, 61-year-old Gary Glitter was jailed for 3 years after a Vietnamese court found him guilty of sexually abusing two young girls aged 11 and 12 at his home in the resort town of Vung Tau in southern Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Jim Fuller, a co-founding member of the Safaris, whose lead guitar work is heard on the band's signature hit Wipeout, died on this day in 2017 at the age of 69 after a very long illness. Journey's greatest hits became just the third album to spend 500 weeks on the Billboard 200 in the chart's 61-year history on this day in 2018. It joined Bob Marley and the Wailers' legend, The Best of Bob Marley and the Wailers. 510 weeks. And the longevity all-time leader, Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon, 937 weeks. The disc debuted in December 1988 and peaked at number 10 the following year. Between October 1990 and December 2009, it disappeared from the chart. But after a change in eligibility rules, it returned and has stayed there pretty much ever since. Well, that, kiddies, is rock and roll and wraps my rock history lesson today, but you could wipe those tears away because there is more coming from me to you tomorrow and every day. And that, kiddies, is rock and roll and wraps my rock history lesson today. But you could wipe those tears away because there's more coming from me to you every day as I peel back the pages of music history and explore the past of the rock legends on my Daily Dose of Rock Music. You can catch up on all my Daily Dose episodes as well as all of my content on YouTube. Just search Barside Jive Live. You can also follow me on Twitter at Barside Jive. Thanks for hanging out with me during my Daily Dose today. Please seek every day to be a hero in someone's life. Now, I will see you soon. In the meantime, peace, love, and rock and roll. Okay, Boner.
Have mercy.
Good night, Bill.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.
Senses. Lows that evolve into highs that pierce. Feel the